The reason I disagree with the VUCA strategy needing to have a label across four macro trends of understanding is due to the fact that these four macro trends constantly overlap one another in terms of problems faced. Now, that isn't necessarily a bad thing, as although the problems may span across more than one category, this also provides us an opportunity to make strategic decisions that can combat issues across more than just a singular quadrant. As Brooks suggested in regard to the case of Southwest Airlines, the company leveraged its agility regarding the storage of jet fuel, which allowed it to prosper when handling volatility. The risk that would incur from this exercise would be the cost of storing extra fuel if the price didn't in fact go up at all, whereas on the other hand, the cost of fuel could decrease, which would ultimately lower the cost of operations to provide a win-win scenario for Southwest Airlines. Bennett and Lemoine also make a point to refer to uncertainty through the example of the 9/11 attacks, and that uncertainty was globally combated through efforts of storing information and data to develop educated understandings in attempts of foiling potential future terror plots before they happen. What this approach fails to consider is the sheer complexity of access to this data as well as storage capabilities. Hindsight is indeed 2020, but Bennett and Lemoine failed to consider the technological limitations in 2001, where analytical firms were scarce, and mass data portals like Facebook, Apple's iMessage, and Twitter, just to name a few, didn't exist in the capacity they do today. Furthermore, Bennett and Lemoine state an ambiguous situation typically revolves around a wholly new product, market, innovation, or opportunity. In an uncertain situation, you can predict what may happen if you gather adequate information. An ambiguous situation is more challenging because of the newness, which sounds eerily close to the example given of post-9/11 data-centric security. So either this was a poor option for an example, or Bennett and Lemoine are falling short of addressing the notion that these four categories must coexist in strategic planning and by no means are mutually exclusive.